This one will go out tomorrow. That's the quickest turnaround on PB. So we're actually recording this on a Tuesday, everyone. After Christmas. So we are both greasy.
The Christmas bender.
Tired. Larger than we were. It's been a big week.
I feel heavy today.
I've lost track of time already. I know everyone does, but I really have.
I know date. I don't know day. That's the bit I'm struggling with.
I don't think I've ever been this out of it in terms of knowing what day it was.
Yeah.
I feel like it's because Christmas fell on a Saturday.
Yeah, that threw it right out. Last week was just a mess.
Yeah.
I said to you last time, didn't I, that I didn't feel... You said, are you ready for Christmas? Well, I don't know. Because I can't quite gauge when it's going to hit.
Yeah, when is Christmas?
When's Christmas? When, the weekend before Christmas had been and gone, and that's normally when you do the assessment of am I ready?
Yes, yeah, because you've got a week left to do it, but this time you did that assessment on Friday and then it's Christmas Eve.
And I said to Hannah, a lot of the stuff that I do, when you kind of stuff like cards, I don't know, that you do when you're peppering about in between. If you've got cards that you've got to get. Wife, parent, maybe.
Rue does cards for some, but most people are aware that we don't cards.
I don't. H does. Me and you just had this conversation a second ago where they're still sat on my desk. It's nearly New Year.
Save them for next year.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Put them in the Christmas box with the decorations and save them for next year.
Yeah, we'll forget them again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been a clunky week.
It's been a clunky week, but it was a good Christmas.
It was a good.
I had a great time.
Yeah, this year has been I think because last year we were so tentative around everything.
Perhaps, although I've gone on record saying that I had a good Christmas last year too. I had a nice peaceful Christmas, but it was nice. It was nice. We went to my parents on Christmas Day, and then we all did our Secret Santa yesterday. That was a lot of fun.
I'm ordering some more Nerf darts. So, whoever got me and one of our friends knocked it out of the park. We got Nerf guns in
Someone gave this idiot ape a Nerf gun.
Half cut with Nerf guns. It got real pointed.
I hated it.
I think you kind of got your own back.
Oh yeah. Every bullet that was fired at me, I bit in half.
Except for the one that you shredded.
I got told off by Rue for that.
Did you?
I got told off for biting.
Good, you deserved it. You broke our toys.
I would have thought you'd learn after the first one.
Well, your earlobe wasn't red enough after the first one.
Oh,
they came a bit like the little plastic heads on them.
They were a bit tougher than I remember Nerf bullets being. They stung a little bit more.
Oh, that was good fun.
It was funny.
Yeah.
It was very funny. But I still don't approve with giving you and Alex Nerf guns. I think we've inadvertently started the podcast.
I think we have. We've kind of drifted in.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Puddingboys, everyone.
Wait, you don't know what day it is, but do you know who you are?
I do know who I am. I'm Blore.
I'm Naylor.
And it's been Christmas. Do you know what? The biggest fear now, though, Christmas is finished. Hasn't Christmas been a bit of a crutch? We've had things to talk about for so many weeks.
I don't know.
And now it's like, what do I do? I don't remember Puddingboys before Christmas.
We did Halloween.
Yeah, we had Halloween. But there were some weeks between
We're going to
Halloween.
hit Easter at some point. I think that's it now. It's going to become a quarterly.
Easter, I think, is going to be a big one for the Puddingboys. It's a small holiday for a lot, unless you're particularly religious. But for us, for
it's
Easter
a lot of pudding.
And Banzai Jesus, it's going to be big. It's going to be quite a big one.
Oh, he's coming back after that 3-day bender.
Yes. Now, what I wanted to talk about, before we talk about, all the good things and bad things from 20... This is going to be like a looking back on the year episode, everyone. If you couldn't guess, I'm sure every single podcast has done that.
They get away with it on TV.
But I wanted to mention, because we've talked about this a couple of times, Christmas Eve Muppets, Christmas Carol.
Did you make it?
We did,
because we were in the WhatsApp.
Yes, yeah, we were chatting to each other whilst watching Muppets Christmas Carol with our partners. We watched it because we've got a Disney Plus subscription, and we watched it on Disney Plus because it was a better quality than putting the DVD.
I think we did as well, actually.
Did you notice on Disney Plus you can actually watch the scene that they cut out years ago? The song with Scrooge's girlfriend, fiance.
Oh, the love we found.
Yeah. The love is gone.
That's it.
Because you need the love is gone there in order to make sense of the love we found at the end. But they cut that song out. I think because it was too sad or it ruined the pacing.
Did they?
Yes, it's gone. It's not on anything. If you want to have that, you have to go back to the VHS. It's not on the Blu-ray. It's not on the remaster. We've been
doing the DVD for years. Like the DVD we have.
It's not there. It is not there.
Old.
Yeah.
Like it was when because it was like my mum is.
Yeah.
It's her film as well.
Yeah.
So the DVD of that would have been as soon as DVD was a thing.
I think it's gone. I don't think it's on that DVD.
It definitely is because I've never noticed it missing.
I think you're wrong. I think you don't notice it missing because it is a little slow. However, you can't cut it. But Disney Plus has it there.
That's gonna bug me now.
You can't watch it as part of the film. But what we did is we paused it,
put that
on, and then carried on. And you know what? It's so much better with it there.
You need that real drop after the first ghost. Otherwise, you've got to be talking crap because I feel like I would have noticed that.
When was the song removed from the Muppets?
Because I mean that makes the Ghost of Christmas Present.
Okay. The Muppet Christmas Carol song. Oh wait, no, there's another song. If you listen to the soundtrack, there's more stuff there that's not in the film. I can't see when it was actually removed. But it was removed a long time ago. But yeah, it doesn't say when.
Our DVD copy, we're talking like mid 1990s. It would have probably been one of the first things we got on DVD. So if.
Oh. Okay. So it was removed because it felt like it wouldn't appeal to young viewers, and then it was lost. So the originals were lost after. Yeah. Right, someone's lost it on purpose.
Yeah, someone really hated it.
Yeah,
and it's chucked
so we can never go back. Someone George Lucased it, but he's drawn on the negatives. Like
they're enough fires. They've been through somebody.
He's written Jar Jar rules on the negatives to New Hope. But yeah, they lost it. They found it, and apparently the 4K release has it back. The 4K Blu-ray.
You need that dip, before the Ghost of Christmas Present.
Yeah.
Like he's a bit twee and annoying if you've not been real sad and you need cheering up.
Yeah, and it's a good song. It's not as over the top as I'd had it remembered in my head. It's quite, it's well sung. It's quite low key. It's good. I can't find out when it got removed, but I don't think there is any DVDs with it on.
I'm gonna find out.
Yeah, find it, put it on.
I'm gonna be furious if you're right. I'm gonna deny it. I'm gonna splice it in. I'm gonna learn how to change DVD.
Yeah, you're gonna need to dig out some DVD burners and a really good silk screening printing company to make your own copy.
I'll go to that effort.
It's gonna be. You're gonna refilm it with you in a bonnet. The love is gone. You got age stretched to Scrooge.
I'm going to have to lose a lot of weight.
One of your dogs is Rizzo. You've green screened him on.
Oh, I'm going to have you drifting as the schoolmaster. I'm going to drop
It's
yourself.
It's the American way.
It is the British way.
That's one of my favourite bits. Yeah, so we did watch it, and it is annoying that you can't just watch it with it in. You have to pause it, but at least it's reasonable to do.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah, you know where it drops.
Yeah. The hardest part of doing that is the fact that we only have Disney Plus on the PlayStation, and we have to use a PlayStation controller. And for whatever reason, and I might be wrong, but it seems like Sony or Disney, whoever, I think it's
doesn't want you
they,
to.
They don't want you to use the PlayStation controllers for your media. I know they sell remotes.
I was gonna say they did what Microsoft did with the Xbox. They made a remote for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And if you buy a Sony telly and receiver, it'll make you a coffee and bother around for you.
It'll shine your shoes for you. But I remember watching DVDs on the PS2 and the Xbox 360, and everything just felt like it made sense. Whereas with the PlayStation 1...
It's the touchpad that throws it all out.
I haven't even tried to use that, but it's like, circle is pause, and then X is play. You can't just use the same button. And if you accidentally put the controller down too hard, the trigger's going to flip and it's going to skip 10 seconds.
That's what kept doing us.
It's so irritating.
We rewatched Grimm, and it's great. It's terrible, but it's great.
Yeah.
But it's not on anything at the minute, I don't think. So we had to watch it on DVD. Mm-hmm. And every time every time I brushed the touchpad, I don't know what it did. It might have been skipped forward or back or something. But it did something, and it was just... You were so delicate, because you sat on the sofa, dogs climbing all over. You don't really want to be thinking about... You're not in the zone.
Yeah.
And I'm not paying 30 quid for a remote. I don't need it.
The real annoying thing, and I'm not sure if this is true, but I feel like it is true, the buttons are different when you play a DVD to a Blu-ray.
What?
Yeah. It works differently.
I hope it does.
I'm sure
they've slipped that one right inside you.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure on that because it's been a while. I don't watch that many DVDs or Blu-rays, but I feel like that's true, or at least it was for the PS3. Someone will correct me.
I kind of want to go and play now.
Yeah, we'll have a look.
Yeah, we won't. We'll forget as soon as we leave here.
So, Christmas Eve was great. Christmas was great. We had a great time. Woo! 2021. Netflix has like a special that's like Death to 2021.
I'm not that down on
There was a video by Nat's What I Reckon, the cooking channel. Very funny if you've not seen it. Where he sings a song about FU to 2020 and 2021. And I get why people are mad at the year because it's the year's fault. But spoiler alert, 2022 is going to be just a continuation because years are just a construct. They don't actually have
New
things.
Year's. Like I've always been I love Christmas. I am, Ryan and New Year's. I'm not interested in the slightest.
I'm not that interested now.
Changing of a calendar.
Yeah.
Depending on which calendar you subscribe to.
Yeah, it is. It's just a bit dull. I did watch a video the other day about when Rome kind of set up the...
Well, that's interesting. We were promising the fall of Rome when we started this.
We were.
We've got to do that at some point.
It was about Caesar's triumphs. Caesar, that narrows it down. It was about the 4 triumphs. And then the calendar was a part of it. I can't remember the video very well.
We'll do an explainer.
Yeah, it was very good though. It was a good video.
We should branch out into a little channel where we...
Well, I roughly estimate things about history.
Basically, we'll watch somebody else who really knows what they're talking about, and then we'll just fart about a bit while we're doing that.
We'll make a reaction channel, so we don't actually have to do any work or research.
You know what? Let's sidebar a little bit because that is my biggest.
Oh yeah, I'm not a big fan of reaction channels. I've just, however, made fun of them for the wrong reason. I said, you don't have to do any work, which is true. But that makes it sound like I think I do work for this. When really, we sit down. All I have to do is find a pudding to talk about. I do make squash and cups of tea.
And you try and fight it out of the hands of Thomas.
But I imagine reaction channels, they do their eyeliner, probably.
Some of them don't even bother doing it. Do you know what? My YouTube algorithm this month has decided that I really must want to watch some. I'll react myself.
Yeah.
I react to things all the time. I'm
always reacting to things. So yeah, I'm not going to go on about how 2021 sucks.
How 2021 was alright. We started, the Puddingboys came into being.
The Puddingboys happened in 2021.
We met Thomas Lethbridge.
Yes.
Your telly got covered in Turkish delight. And
still spit marks in the corner of it.
Yeah, he's not managed to pick all of it off with that chisel.
Yeah.
God, I love him.
Yeah, meeting Thomas Lethbridge was a big turnaround in my life. So the biggest thing for me that happened in 2021 was the new Helloween album. And I know that seems like it was a really small year.
you know when people are saying like, you know, got married, birth of first child,
Yeah.
you know, new house, whatever.
The biggest thing for me was definitely the Helloween. It was because it wasn't just one album. Because not everyone knows who Helloween are.
Not everyone knows
big,
what they are.
They're not
to
big,
you.
big. Yes. So Helloween are a German power metal band. I say power metal. They don't fit into the same
heavy metal more.
Heavy metal, yeah. They don't fit into the same category as a lot. It's not like.
It's not Hammerfall.
Yeah,
they're not
not
singing
Hammerfall.
about knights and dragons.
No, they're singing about silly things and having fun. But I've been into Helloween since I was about 14. And when I say into, I mean I listen to a disproportionate amount of them. Even whoever your favourite band is, I listen to Helloween more than you listen to that band, listener. I can promise you that. Like, my Spotify would be very bland.
Yeah, you're not just a fan. You've got that book upstairs. You know, that steel book. That you know, where people will get sort of framed original poster from their favourite film, or that it's in that kind of big investment showpiece.
I've got the print of the new album cover from the artist,
them, haven't you, as well?
And yeah, I've got the jacket from their Skyfall music video. One of the leather jackets from the band members, signed by the band. I'm big on Helloween, but this year wasn't just that album coming out. There was a massive lead up to it because it was past members of Helloween coming back into it. And I know that had happened previously with the tour, but this is the first album.
Yeah, tour's different because you know those songs work, and you just get the person that does them best to do. Like, you know, for those that know Helloween, it probably won't be many other people listening to this thing.
No.
You know that Kiske is going to do March of Time the best. You know that Deris is the perfect gentleman.
Yeah.
So it's fine. That's a safe bet. But I mean, they are not easy to gel singers. You know, on paper.
Yeah.
Like, nobody looks at Kaihansen and Michaelkiske and says...
And Andideris.
And then
three
chucks
completely
Deris in
different singers, yeah.
Yeah.
But it worked. And they did well. The new album, the only thing I'd say is I wouldn't mind a little bit more Kaihansen singing. I remember reading an interview where Michaelkiske said Kai thought he would be singing more.
Did he?
Yeah. And he might have been a little bit disappointed, so there might be more Kai singing on the next release.
Yeah, I suppose the only thing you've got is that Kai does have other bits. Like, Kai has a lot of the guitar bits and that as well.
Oh yeah, and he's got
Yeah, like, I'd imagine there's probably more Kai playing guitar on the tracking than there is on him singing.
Oh yeah, oh definitely, because I think Kai played lead in quite a lot of the songs.
Yeah, they feel a bit. Again, it's that. Yeah, he's one of those dudes that you can just pick out on anything that he's played on. He's got really
as well.
Yes, a couple of them do sound a bit like chunky and a bit kind of.
Well, he wrote Skyfall, which is the big song. Yeah, Kaihansen wrote Skyfall.
That's not the one I would have picked out.
Kaihansen. Oh no, I'm not looking at them now. But yeah, the new Helloween album came out, and because of that, I went back and listened to every Helloween song ever released.
I
didn't just listen to. This is bad.
You broke out a new field notes, didn't you?
Yeah, this is like anorak levels. So I got a notebook, and for every album, I got a page in this notebook, and I ranked the songs. I'm not going to go into how I came up with rankings or how I came up with the numerical figure the songs got at the end. But I was trying to work out like the best Helloween album. I think I did.
I think there was an extensive WhatsApp,
and I tried to do it without bias because I'm very biased towards the andideris era. That's my favourite. Early Deris is my favourite Helloween era. But I think it came out quite well. I've got the list here actually.
Neither of us disagree. I think that's the thing, isn't it? Because obviously I came into them later than you, and I came from more of the like power metal-y side. I would probably say, like, I was a bit more into
the Michaelkiske stuff.
Well, Helloween wise was always Deris, but that's because that's what I went to Helloween for.
Yeah.
But our tastes aren't like bang on.
No. So here's the list, and this isn't my favourite album because I was trying to do it without putting my personal bias on. So the list of like the best album, according to like how I worked it all out, was Key Through the Seven Keys Part 2, then Keeper of the Seven Keys Part 1, then Gambling with the Devil, then it's the new album, Helloween.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I mean, my favourite probably is Master of the Rings.
Yeah.
That comes 5th.
I think we did try and argue that round to get it higher, but we just objectively you couldn't over the Keepers, and Gambling was the surprise package, I suppose.
The only album I don't really like, I don't think is a great album, is Straight Out of Hell. That came last.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some bias moving that last. But other than that, I think some people might disagree with the fact that My God-Given Right is so high.
Yeah, that one
Walls of
felt
Jericho
like you
is so low.
Feeling that one.
Yeah.
But it's music. There's no really objective way to score it.
No, there isn't.
It will be interesting. I think this year we were going to do it for Iron Maiden, but we were so disappointed by Senjutsu.
That would be the last. That would be the lowest album, I think.
Yeah, I'm still putting it above the Blaze ones.
Reckon?
I think. Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to. I think we should do this because I think we'll know if we did Helloween right.
I feel like we could probably have a few Puddingboys segment weeks, and we talk about that album. We don't talk about the album because we're not music reviewers, but we can
have a 5-minute slot of what we ranked it.
Yeah, we can reveal it. We could compare our notes on it.
Yeah, that'd be. Yeah, well, it might be good. I mean, we'd listen to it, but you guys have kind of got to tell us if you wouldn't. Yeah. Because otherwise we'll do it and you'll hate it.
Well, we're going to do it anyway now. Yeah. But we'll have a little Iron Maiden section before Pudding of the Week. It'll just be like 2 minutes.
Yeah. So you've got, what is it now? It must be about 16 albums?
Yeah, I think
so. So we'll get you to spring on Iron Maiden.
So I will... What is it? The first one's just Iron Maiden, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to be cranking that this week.
So next week we'll talk about Iron Maiden. That's good actually, because there's some Maiden albums that I haven't given enough thought to. And I feel like I should like Iron Maiden more than I do, even though I'm aware that they are the vanilla ice cream of heavy metal.
I disagree. No, I think Iron Maiden are one of the few bands now that I would make the effort to go further than One Town Over for a gig.
Really?
Oh, the show is big.
Yeah, I would like to see them again. I've only ever seen them as a festival. And I'd like to see them. Gig. Yeah, I'd like to see them in their own gig.
Own gig is infinitely better. Like it's like the Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
Trying to think of another one that does it. Rush, when they were still going.
Well, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Basically doing it as theatre with music, not just here's a band playing. For an hour.
Will go and see Iron Maiden. I need to go and see them again before they stop. Definitely.
Yeah. Well, they're still doing it the way they are as well.
And I don't think they're going to maintain the same level of quality for much longer. I
think the live will probably stay better. Because the live that you can compensate with big show.
I don't know. I think if you play Rock in Rio now, which is arguably one of the best live shows ever recorded by any band.
It's objectively the best live show.
Yeah.
Like, I'll fight anyone that disagrees.
Pumpkins United was better.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. It
wasn't. You just like
when andideris and Michael Kiske are singing Perfect Gentleman together. And he's like, and here's perfect, bam, bam. Yeah, it's better. Pumpkins United was the best thing that's ever happened to mankind.
Our New Year's episode is basically just an homage to andideris and Michael Kiske. Sorry, Carl.
My life is just an homage to andideris and Michael Kiske.
You did have that picture of Deris above your bed in your old
Look, I had posters of bands. And it just so happened that
you didn't.
You
had posters of man.
A large poster of Andideris' face came with his solo album, Coming From The Rain. What an album!
Oh yeah,
what an album!
Like,
that's up there with Accidentatbirth.
I was going to say...
My Chemical Wedding? Chemical Wedding! My Chemical Wedding is my favourite emo band with Bruce Dickinson in.
Oh, My Chemical Weapon is a really, that's going to get you on a watch list if you start listening to that. Bruce is the best solo. No, Dio.
Oh, yeah.
But then, Dio was banned for more than Bruce was banned. Bruce was side project for Bruce.
Dio's solo stuff that hits probably hardest, but... There is a lot of solo Dio, and there's a lot of solo Dio that
there's a lot of 80s, late 80s, early 90s solo Dio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last in Line, Holy Diver, all that kind of stuff, incredible, absolutely incredible. But there is also, there's a Look at the Wolves and things like that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mediocrity. Not that Dio was mediocre, not at all. He's incredible.
No, it's just the music didn't hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's got, he did some amazing stuff with Elf. He did some amazing
colour.
stuff with Rainbow, some amazing stuff with Heaven and Hell, some amazing stuff with Sabbath. Like
the best stuff with Sabbath.
Yeah, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Definitely. Wow.
I enjoy
my favourite stuff with Sabbath, not the best stuff.
No, I'm going to say the best stuff if we're talking musically. The Dio,
yeah, I don't know.
There's more going on. It felt we could do a whole Sabbath episode.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, in terms of early Sabbath, I think I'm more Budgie than I am Black Sabbath.
Really?
Similar time, yeah. I love Budgie.
I like Budgie. I
don't think they get enough props for.
That's the thing.
I don't think Budgie get enough props for what they contributed.
No, I mean, you weren't going to get Sabbath playing like small pub gig 20 years ago. You were getting Budgie still doing small pub gig.
Oh no, I mean like with the creation of heavy metal.
No, yeah, but that's what I mean. Like everyone else involved, like Saxon, Priest. You're not going to get them doing.
They got their
small pub
kudos,
gig.
whereas Budgie perhaps
did a lot of the groundwork.
Yeah, I mean, the entire like style of the music is really Budgie-ish, like, especially like the pace.
Yeah,
Budgie was fast.
It was fast, but it was chunky. It was like hefty kind of.
Really good stuff. We've kind of waffled on again.
Yeah, but not a lot happened. I mean, what was my biggest sort of take out of 2021? I got real into Lego.
Yeah, you got really into Technic, and I got really into Lego after you got into Technic.
It was around the start of the PB, wasn't it?
It was. Yeah.
That's where we started talking about and comparing notes.
I mean, let's reel this off now. I have not, for the record, I have not paid full price for these Lego sets. I have lowballed where I
smug
can.
about how much eBay.
I could not have justified the amount of large Lego sets I've picked up. But I got the N64 Mario 64 question block. I got the NES. I was going to say I got the Tower of War thing, but I've had that for years. Like the Fiat 500 is a big set. The Adidas Superstar is a big set. The Hogwarts. That's what I got for Rue, by the way. Instead of the Home Alone house, I got the Hogwarts.
That's the one that I'm genuinely a bit jealous. Like some nice touches there. The bits they could have done with sticker.
Yeah.
We'll do a rant on stickers in the new year. The bits they could have done with sticker, they did with translucent brick.
I don't like Harry Potter. Well, I don't dislike Harry Potter. I don't really care about Harry Potter.
Yeah.
That's a great set. It's really cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool as a castle set.
I'm glad it's not minifigure scale.
No,
the microfigure scale makes it so much more interesting and intricate.
Anything I buy that isn't vehicle or mechanical, I want microfigs.
Yeah, I like microfigs. They're fun.
They're a bit less posable, but they're a bit more. You can make a scene. We were saying that you said this with the Arctic stuff.
Yes.
The thing you lack, you get these like blocks of thing, the set, but you lack the terrain and the scene that pulls it together.
Yeah, that's it. You end up getting more of a toy than you do a diorama.
Yeah.
Whereas that Hogwarts feels like a diorama. A Lego diorama, but it does feel like one.
Yeah, it's still a diorama. You're still creating a scene from...
Well, they can do it without microfigs as well. I didn't know what a microfig was in the first few Puddingboys, so when we were talking about the question block, I thought Mario and Peach on the question block...
They're just 3 1x1.
I thought that was a microfig. It's not,
no,
obviously.
Microfigs are little...
Yeah, they're little people, but that's a great way of doing it as well. It's even more abstract. I like that.
It definitely feels like you get a lot more bang for your buck.
Yeah. I mean, so the Technic sets you got into this year.
Oh god, that's a big one. The Prodigal Son's back. I'll keep meaning to put something on the Insta.
The Land Rover Defender's back.
The Defender's back.
Because your dad has taken it to pieces.
One last time. I got a new Calax, so we've got room for all of them to stay out once they're built.
Excellent.
It landed, and I mean pun intended. So for my dad used to work in aerospace and that kind of thing. So obviously he got us into the Technic thing just by pottering about earlier in the year. Found him one of the jet race planes, the power up motorised Technic.
Oh right. Wait, is that what you got?
That was the Christmas one.
I thought you got him the Ford.
No, Mum got him the Ford.
Oh right, okay.
me and my sister got him the jet race plane. So it's
you told me as well.
Yeah,
because you had to stop yourself from opening and building it.
It was brand new, sealed for investment.
Sealed, my son.
I actually got it. That's the thing. Like this is why you shouldn't keep them sealed. I paid for that what it was new.
Yeah.
I bought it at the price it would have been from Lego.com 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, his face. It because obviously works in that area. Obviously, it's not a model of something he worked on. It's not a model of something, but it's got stuff going on.
He enjoys playing.
Yeah, and when he's done with playing,
I'm going to do
playing.
It's really a present for you. So your 2021 was Technic. Mine was Lego. To be fair,
stuff wise, yeah.
Yeah, that's the mine was helloween. Mine was big helloween, like bigger than I've ever gone before. Into listening to them, reading about it, all that kind of stuff. It's been a very fun year for that. I didn't do much in terms of video game. I played Hades. That was really good.
I went back a bit video game. I've played maybe 4 big games this year, but they're all games that I either started or played.
They were older games.
Yeah, like Fallout and the Borderlands and those kind of...
I'm just trying to think, did I do Legend of Dragoon this year? No, I think I did that last year. There's a PS1 RPG that a friend bought for me, because it's one of those games that's at that price point where it's not unreasonable, but you can't justify buying it for yourself.
If you're not big.
No, but he got it for me as a present for my birthday, but that was last year that I played through that. I loved that game.
Animal Crossing was last year, wasn't it?
Animal Crossing was last year.
Drifted from that. Mom was this year.
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl.
That was a fairly quick romp. I mean,
yeah, that wasn't a big event. It was fun. It wasn't a big event. Pokemon Snap was this year, wasn't it?
Was that? I thought that was last year. Was that last summer?
I don't know. If it was this year, then that I put a lot of. You didn't play it in the end, did you?
Not yet. No.
It's very good.
I got sidetracked by something.
It came out April 30th, 2021. Yeah, that was this year.
Oh, so it was as the world was creeping back out again. I think that's probably why I just got, like... If we'd have been stuck in the house.
This is a strange one. I count Hades as being this year. But Hades came out in December 2018. But I only got it this year. I think maybe it only came out on PS4 this year? No.
Was it PC before?
It was PC before, then Switch, then... Do you know what? I don't know, but I played it this year, and so to me it feels like this year. That was probably the best game of the year for me. But that's because Hades is probably one of the best games of the PS4 generation.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
And when that weird rut at the minute, aren't we? You're still getting... We've talked about it before. You're still kind of hitting the
treading on both sides. Yeah.
New console. You're not into that kind of...
Yeah. I still haven't gotten a PS5. There's another game that's come out that is better on PS5 than 4 called Forgotten City or something. It used to be a Skyrim mod.
Yeah. That's one you were...
Yeah. That's on both, so I'm not buying it for PS4 because I'll get it when I'll get it when I get PS5. Same with Resident Evil 8, I'll get that on PS5.
Yeah, I'm going to hold off for that one.
Yeah, and I know
it'll come down by then.
Rue will want to play Miles Morales Spider-Man, and we haven't bought that until then. But that, do you know what I did do this year? I don't know whether it came out this year. It was great. Yeah, it did. It Takes Two. It Takes Two was a co-op game made by the people that made that prison breaking game that I can't remember what it was called, that was a bit rubbish. It started off great. No, not Prison Break. A Way Out, that was what it was called. It started off really good and then just evolved into absolute crap. Like, still played it all the way through.
Yeah, but it turned into Scarface very quickly.
Yeah. As soon as they got out of the prison, which was quite early on, it started to go downhill.
Like Prison Break.
Yeah. But It Takes Two, it had flaws. The whole idea of the story was slightly flawed. But it was a lot of fun. The gameplay was really good.
Doing co-op is hard. You know, to actually get
they
like
did
a
it
fun
right
co-op
though,
game.
Because they did it co-op kind of like how the first Kane and Lynch did co-op, where your experience is slightly different to the person next to you.
Yeah, see, things like Ouija's Management, kind of hard work co-op. It didn't.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
it was a bit almost like you were getting under each other's feet more than.
Whereas It Takes Two, that's almost the point.
Mm.
And there's like bits halfway through the level, there'll be like mini games where you play against each other, so you can kind of vent your frustrations out on each other. So that came out this year. Do you know what? I did more video games than I thought. Obviously, big video game news this year for me was Space Marine 2 coming out soon. Not coming out soon, they're working on it. That was good. I think I did Streets of Rage 4 this year as well. And I know that... I keep saying again. I've broken out. We're not being as regular. Streets of Rage 4 came out in 2020, but I bought a physical copy, and that physical copy was from Limited Run, and they didn't ship it until much later, so I think I got it in 2021. And it was really good. Streets of Rage 4 is very, very good. If someone like that hasn't played it, definitely play it. Super Monkey Ball is something I played a lot of this year. That was a bit of a letdown.
You weren't expecting it though, were you?
No, I wasn't expecting it to be perfect. And I've played through Super Monkey Ball 1 before and 2. I was expecting it to be a remaster. It wasn't. It was completely remade. So the physics...
mechanic. And
it's not bad, but the physics are slightly off. And for some reason, Monkey Target, which is one of... In fact, I'm going to say it. Monkey Target is the best minigame that has ever come with any game ever. Monkey Target is artwork.
I really want to get shitty with you, but I'm struggling to top it.
Yeah, it can't be topped. And it's not the Monkey Target from Super Monkey Ball 1. It's not even good.
Why would you reinvent the wheel?
Yeah, Monkey Target was absolutely perfect. And there's other weird things, like you can unlock, say, Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails, the guy from Yakuza, Beat from Jet Set Radio. No, it's fun. It's fun seeing them, and it changes like the bananas to rings or spray cans and stuff. It's a lot of fun.
Right.
However, you can't play as those characters in the multiplayers, in the minigames.
So what's the point?
Yeah.
Apart from, it's like trophies basically, then you've got them. They're like...
You can play with them in the main campaign, but I want to play Monkey Target with Sonic the Hedgehog.
Obviously, that's why you'd buy the game.
It's fun,
yeah.
But you can't. And there's also, like, the music's a bit odd, and the announcers changed. It's not the same, like, Fallout! You can get the announcer from the original, and you can get the original soundtrack, because the soundtrack's pretty horrible, to be fair.
It is, but the
new soundtrack's even worse. It's kind of like Eurobeat nonsense. But you have to pay. I'm not paying for unlock of a soundtrack.
You didn't buy a bit of game, you bought...
No, I bought a game. And so that's a bit disappointing. So yeah, that one was a bit of a letdown. I played it a fair amount, though.
I haven't been creative at all, because we're in this bit of a lull between generations.
Yes.
So I did, and obviously, spending a lot of time in the house still, so I redid Fallout 4, Borderlands pre-sequel 2 and 3, with a break for Pokemon. It's not been
I got Borderlands 3 when it came out. I couldn't stomach it.
I do it on mute with some classic FM in the background because
I couldn't do it. The story and characters are just absolute.
The combat's still a bit fun. It's a lot easier.
Yeah.
You get a lot more legendary weapons and a lot more
It seemed like the whole game was that meme with, was it John Buscemi? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi? John Buscemi? Steve.
Yeah.
With the crazy eyes. Saying, hello, fellow kids. That's what the story felt like.
It was, 100%.
Yeah. So in retrospect, 2021 was a big Halloween year, was a bigger video game year than I thought, but it was a very Lego year and a very Pudding Boys year. It will always be an important year for me now because it's the start of the PB. And where would Pudding Boys be without Thomas Lethbridge?
He's slithering out today.
No, he's just coming through the door. He's just walking through the door.
Through the door. He's not opening it. He's walking through the door.
He's just passing through the door.
He's
a perfectly physical corporal being. Corporal
being.
Corporeal?
Yeah, he might have served.
I don't know what the word. He's not a ghost, people. Hello, everybody!
He's neither solid, liquid, nor gas.
'Tis I, Thomas Lethbridge, here to bring you the pudding of the week. And this pudding of the week comes with quite a few pronunciations, and so I apologise if my pronunciations are a bit poor. It's been a long Christmas, and I couldn't be bothered to look up how things are pronounced.
Blore's got a little bit of squash left if you've got a bit of a tickle. That'll help with the punctuation. A little bit of spit in the mouth that needs to get out.
I'll spit back in that in a second. This week's pudding of the week is carrot halwa. No reaction from you at all. Carrot halwa.
I'm assuming it's not carrot based.
Oh, it is carrot based.
What the shit? I mean,
there are many names for carrot halwa. I have picked this one for it's the closest to English how it's close, easiest to pronounce. Carrot halwa is a carrot based sweet dessert pudding from the Indian subcontinent. It is made by placing grated carrots in a pot containing a specific amount of water, milk, sugar, cardamom, and then cooking while stirring regularly. It is often served with a garnish of almonds and pistachios, and the nuts and other items used are usually first sautéed in ghee, the clarified butter. It's strongly associated with Punjab, but no one's quite sure where it originated, and it's eaten a lot during festivals and celebrations such as weddings and things like that. I'll show you a quick look at it.
I'm not sad that you haven't bought this one.
I will say it doesn't look as mouth-watering.
It looks like somebody's chummed it on the way home for a New Year's night out.
There are much more attractive pictures of it online. This is just the picture I have.
Has that been through somebody already?
I can assure you not. Anyway, boys, I will leave you to discuss it. I will spit in Blore's drink and bid you adieu. See you in the new year. Farewell.
Our first year of you.
It's the first year of TL, the big Thomas Lethbridge. I will. I know you've seen the picture, and that picture is
not selling it.
It's not selling it. I've had this.
Mm.
It's genuinely delicious. This is one of those things where if you...
I think my scale's going to get this then.
You're going to... Because this is one of the things... Do you know when we were talking about... I can't remember what it was called. The purple yam pudding. And you said rice pudding. And I was like, oh, yeah, actually, rice pudding is a weird concept to us. But that tastes good. So this could be good. This is one of those puddings that, because I've had it and I know it's actually really nice, or at least the one I had, I've only had it once at a wedding, the one I had was really nice. It made me more open to trying foods presented
weird,
in a non-traditional
weird
way.
Ingredients for us.
So
carrot context.
In English puddings, carrot is a weird ingredient, apart from like carrot cake.
I think carrots are quite sweet. You got weird about that with the Christmas day. We won't kick
carrots
that
are sweet,
but
yeah. We're not going to talk about roasts and mash.
You were bad at that last time, and we don't want to drag that back up.
But yeah, when I had this, I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
It is quite nice. It's very, well, I think it varies as well. It can be like, there can be so many variations on it, like anything.
This is kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, the one I had was very buttery and it was warm, and it was with, I'm remembering it incorrectly, but it wasn't served with bean paste. It was
jam.
Wrong Asia. It was served with like clotted cream ice cream.
Oh, okay.
And this was on the side.
Interested.
Yeah, and it was quite buttery. It was very sweet, like really sweet. I guess because when you put sugar with carrots that have been sautéed and cooked for a long time, you're talking sweet on sweet on sweet. But it was very good. But it was very small. Like it was I don't know whether that was because it was a wedding, but I can imagine you couldn't eat a big old bowl of it. It would make you feel sick by the end of it. But I liked it. I liked it a lot.
We're gonna use the Airfix difficulty scale. So for those that enjoy Airfix, which all of us should at some point.
Everyone at some point in their life has built an Airfix bottle, I think.
Anyone that's developed properly as a human being, has built an Airfix kit, even if it's a simple one. They've got a difficulty scale. It's 1 to 4. 1 is basically like snap together. It's kind of Lego, but simple Lego.
I think I've seen them.
Yeah.
You don't need super glue or whatever.
No, they're all painted for you.
And
It's basically like, you're talking like single figures of pounds for a kid that wants a plane.
Are you talking like baby playtime?
Kid, kind of. Kid that watches dad build an airfits kit, but you don't want kid playing with enamel paints.
But I feel like you need kid to play with enamel paint.
That's a development thing. This is why our kids are out doing, nitrous oxide and stabbing.
Because not enough people are trusting them with paints and
super. They don't know how to use white spirit to clean the bushes.
Yeah.
So we're not putting it on there. That they are objectively just bringing about the downfall of civilization.
Yeah.
The dumbing down.
So that's a 1.
That's a 1. 4.
And it only goes up to 4.
Yeah.
There must be big leaps between.
Because 4, basically, I've just been having a look around the shop. I was going to do it anyway because that's Christmas
Because
money.
you feel like building the Bismarck
again.
Oh yeah.
4 is basically, oh shit, you've got to be like a master craftsman to do it.
You're holding parts together with tweezers, I'm guessing.
Oh, like beyond that,
masts are being strung up.
I think that's kind of what you're getting into. I'm struggling to find 4s on Airfix's website. Like, it doesn't look like they have many.
They don't do many of them.
No. And I'm feeling at that point, you've really got to be. I'm going to put this at a 3, and 3 seems to cover a multitude of sins.
Oh, okay, so 3 is a big group.
Yeah, 3 is put it this way, there's a 600 scale HMS HUD, which looks fairly snapped together. Like, it doesn't look like it'd take a lot of doing. It's an afternoon.
Yeah.
And there's a 350 scale Type 45, which I've watched people build on YouTube because I am soft for modern destroyers.
I mean, yesterday I spent an hour watching a man trimming a bonsai tree.
And felt better for it, I'd imagine.
Oh, yeah. So I do not...
The therapy is there.
Yeah.
They're both 3s, and I think this kind of does the same thing. It feels like you could have huge variations.
One. Yeah.
You could get a really oversweet one, a really unsweet one.
I imagine unsweet,
chunky one.
It would be pretty...
Carrots, basically. It'd be, It'd just be like...
No, I'll eat a raw carrot. I'm having
a
good time with a raw carrot.
About you having stupid veg uncooked because you like...
I just like to eat the veg while I'm prepping it. It's normal.
I'm getting steamed again, unlike your carrot. It feels like that. It feels like it's a bit like just showing you the dessert.
Yeah.
Doesn't really tell you what you're going to get.
No, especially this picture.
Yeah, like that looks like somebody's chucked up in an alleyway between the pub and home.
Yes.
I've done that picture when I was a teenager.
So it kind of looks like someone managed to scrape all the toppings off a pizza.
It does. Yeah, it looks like when it's been flipped over in the box on the way to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
Yeah.
The presentation on the one I had was far superior.
Well, I hope so.
It was quite a fancy wedding.
That looks like the chef's been a bit poorly.
Yeah. I feel like this one might taste even better because this is like homemade.
Oh, messy is always
Mum's own, yeah. But you'd struggle to get me into eating it.
Yeah, it's good for the family because they know it's going to be good when it hits.
Yeah.
But if you bring a guest round for the first time,
it's almost embarrassing.
They're doing that, like trying to be polite, but then bracing.
That's not what my mum's halwa looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm looking through the Airfix shop and I'm thinking actually if we get a bit of sun in spring, I might do some more.
Do some Airfix. I've had an itch for months now to build a Gundam model kit. I think I might scratch that itch at some point. But they're not... They're all clipped together. And I know some of them do get quite fiddly, but it's probably never going to be any harder than, say, like a 16 plus Lego kit. You can do there's a lot more...
Do you have to paint those?
You don't have to paint them, but they're so much better if you do.
I was going to say, that's the bit that I struggle with. We've talked about this, and we will do a painting episode.
Yeah.
But it's the prep and the space that goes into paint. That's why I went screaming back into Lego.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I get that. I do have paint room, which is quite fortunate. So I don't mind breaking out the paints. I'd like an airbrush though, and that's something I don't have room for. Because... strangely, and this seems absolutely mind-boggling to some people, my shed is for gardening. It's a large shed, it's a lit shed, but when people see that, they think, oh, you could do like airbrushing in here. So, no, actually, I do potting up in here.
Yeah, you're big about gardening.
Yeah, that's where I do
your
my
family
gardening.
Tradition is gardening.
Yeah.
It's a thing with you guys.
It will always be probably my biggest hobby that I never think of.
Yeah, it's if you've got time and you're not doing other things, you're probably gardening.
Yeah, I'll be in the garden, cleaning up dog food.
Yeah, I do.
That doesn't count as gardening. That's harvesting.
I was going to say that otherwise I'm master gardener. I'm just mad that you can't weigh dog poo in like you can scrap metal. Because I'd be a millionaire. Well, not a millionaire, but I'd be able to
make
buy
a few quid.
I'd buy something nice every month. I'd get a new train every month, just out of what the dogs leave on the grass. It's
big eggs.
Yeah.
I think that's going to do us. I think if we sum up 2021 as carrot halwa.
Halloween Lego dog
probably
poo
quite nice, but it's going to scare a lot of people. And let's hope that 2022 is even better.
That was off the cuff, wasn't it? Well done.
There we go.
That was quite good.
That makes it sound like everything's scripted. That'd be the worst script ever.
Can you imagine?
Now, something that is scripted, because it sounds the same every week, is where can you find the Pudding Boys? We are available on YouTube, on the channel Pudding Boys. Do the whole subscribe, leave a comment. Although no one seems to be using the YouTube, but they are using Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Audible, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts. I, even myself, have moved away from Google Podcasts recently for things like Talk About Games, the Donut Media Podcast, Cox and Crenlaw, because they come in late.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not up there when I want to drive to work. And I get that there's going to be a time difference between them because they're all American.
It's got to fall at the right point for you. It's got to land for that drive.
I've been listening to my podcast on Spotify. And Spotify shows the seasonal puddings.
That's reason enough. You need to get the title cards.
The episode icons for the PB is...
Because we didn't do them. We just...
No, yeah. Rue does them. We also have Instagram, Pudding Boys Podcast. Give it a search. It's a lot of fun. I think that's it.
Happy New Year.
Goodbye, everyone, for another week, and goodbye, 2021. Fare thee well. That's the end tone.